Hi friends, it's Colleen. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm participating in a really fun YouTube hop called Case Me a Christmas Card. We've been hopping along all month long casing one another's cards, and today it's my turn to show you the card I'm going to case and the process I use to case a card. So it is called Case Me a Christmas Card, but we don't have to use a Christmas card. And here I decided not to go with a Christmas card, although I don't know why I need Christmas cards. But this is the card that I made, and in a few minutes I'm going to show you the card that I cased it from and the person. When I case a card, which is to basically copy a card that I see that I really like, I like to keep 3 things about the card and change 3 things so I can make the card my own and not copy the other person's card. In this case, I liked the black background, I liked the texture of the background, and I liked the floral. So I kept those 3 things. The 3 things I changed was how I built the background, the color of the flowers, and the embossing folder that I used. Now I'm going to show you the card that I am casing. The person that I'm casing is Dana Joy. This is her gorgeous card that I found on her Instagram page. And as soon as I saw that card, I said, yeah, I got to do this card. What stood out for me about Dana's card was that bold black background against the vibrancy of those flowers. That card really popped for me. So I wanted to do the same thing. I loved the black background. I loved the colorful flowers. But I decided to use a different embossing folder, still keeping the texture that Dana has on her card, but using a different style of embossing. And I'm also going to stencil some flowers that I picked. This is an Syberia Designs stamp set, and I will link everything I'm using in the description box. So if there's something in here that you really like and you want to buy, it will be listed in the description box. This is like I think a 6-piece stencil, maybe 7. It's a really big stencil. But what I like about this is that it will die cut into one piece. So right now all I'm doing is building the color. Dana's colors were really, really bright and vibrant, and I loved the brightness of them, and so I wanted to keep the colors bright, but I chose a different color palette for my card. And if you remember further back when I showed you the original card that I made, that color palette for the flowers was even different from this color palette. And I think it's when you're casing someone's card, it's really a compliment when you see a card that you like and you want to copy it. The thing is, I think it helps us learn more about our style when we can use a few of the elements from the card and then change a few elements and make it our own. It really gets our brain working on how we want the card to look for us. And when I was a beginner card maker, I cased cards a lot because I just didn't know what to do. I would sit and look at a blank white card panel and I would be lost. So casing cards for me, copying cards, was really a great way to get me going and help me to find out what my style of card making was. And I remember Catherine Pooler talking about casing a Christmas card, and casing a card, and saying keep 3 things and change 3 things. And I have stuck with that ever since I heard her say that, because I felt like that is really good advice. So here I finally finished the flowers, and I really love how the colors turned out. Now I'm going to die cut them and get ready to work on my background. I wanted to keep the flowers simple and vibrant, and this worked perfectly for me. So now we're going to start with the black background. I'm just using a piece of black cardstock that's 5.5 by 4.25. I went in here and did some sanding. I don't know why I did that, because with the black cardstock you can't really see. I like that technique of sanding after you've embossed something, but it doesn't work with black cardstock, so oh well. But now you see me going in with white pigment ink over that black background, just on the raised images, the embossed images. In the previous card that I showed you, I did that same technique but with gold pigment ink. Now, when you're working with black cardstock, you need to use pigment ink because regular dye ink is not going to show up on black cardstock, but pigment ink will. So if you have some sitting around, grab those and you can do the same thing with your background after you've embossed the image, because you're only going to touch the raised images. So now that I've finished the background, I'm going to go in and add my flower and then get ready to finish up my card with the final details. Now, the other card that I did was both of the embossing folders were geometric, because I love to combine flowers with geometric elements. But again, I used the gold, the rose gold for the background, and then I also used yellow and purple for the flowers. So I'm really happy with how both these cards turned out, and I feel like they really did justice to Dana's gorgeous, gorgeous card. Thank you, Dana, for letting me case your card, because that was a beauty. So now I'm going to show you both cards now that they are finished, so you can get a side-by-side look of how they both look. I'm so happy that you joined me today. I hope you have a blast and get out and do some card case.